briefs?
No, but that's also a very good answer. A lawsuit. That's right.
Oh, shit.
That's right. The $1 Million Extreme, never ask me for a joke again. I was ready this time. Somebody told some shit-ass joke, and I was like, wait, I gotta remember that.
Shit.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah, a lawsuit was somehow worse than my answer.
I feel like briefs was pretty good.
A pretty reasonable answer.
Yeah. Oh,
Does that
wait.
just kill? Oh, that just killed.
That killed. No, it didn't.
No.
Peach falls so slowly with the parasol that she had time for Doc to get off the ledge, and she's still at the height where she can grab.
Okay, I feel like find another back air. Damn, that's crazy. That one has to do it.
Wait.
Okay, definitely questionable timing on which Sophie grabbed the ledge there, because most of the time when you're grabbing ledge to edge guard, you want to maximize your invincibility in relation to like when the person recovering is going to be able to grab ledge or be able to grab ledge, and yeah, she just grabbed it way too early.
Yeah. Spin, I can't believe this is the first time you're finding out that SoulOfficer plays Doc. I feel like I mention it every single time I say hi to her in chat. All the Melee players went 0-2 in Mario Baseball. Those kids are cracked. That's crazy. Before slaughter rule? Wait, what was the slaughter rule? Was it like 9 runs?
20-0. We were like up 20 runs in Mario Kart or Mario Baseball.
20 runs? That's crazy.
10 runs.
That's insane. 10 runs, yeah, that seems more. All right, yeah. SoulOfficer just trying to find her way in, get something going. Really hard versus Peach for Doc to get much. I don't know, like, what you can hook or link into anything. Like,
it's really difficult. You get down air like 4 throws.
Do you get down throw stuff at all? Like, can you like?
Yeah, you do, but it's not a tilt.
But the really hard thing is how do you get the grab as Dr. Mario? Your range is
and then
so
on a
limited.
Flow cancel with most characters is like basically something you barely want to try, especially Dr. Mario.
Yeah. Dr. Mario's grab range is like everything else very
down smash
limited.
really hit from Dr. Mario either, and I'd imagine down smash is something you'd want to be finding in there somehow.
Yeah, a lot of forward, like upward equals forward tilts in this matchup to like catch out like flow cancel, air, stuff like that. But it's rough.
I feel like back air probably out prioritizes a lot of Peach's moves if you time it right.
Yeah.
But you'd probably need a pretty crazy like back air game. You need like pivots and shit.
It is Ella like the name.
It's Ella like the name. Yeah.
This is looking. This looks so hard, and we're 3.5 minutes in. I mean, one stock down for
It's crazy
for
that
Peach.
the Peach just has some matchups that's just like, what the fuck are they? Like I more frequently think about like Pikachu Peach, where I'm just like, what the hell?
Yeah,
like,
what
that's
is
crazy.
Icy's Peach?
Icy's Peach that's crazy. That like, you know, Peach has these matchups that are kind of like gimmies to her, but for like obviously like Spaceys or Falcon, it's just like, oh, this is something that I actually have to
think about.
Yeah.
The big thing is that Peach then has to play against Puff, and then you are like, it is so rough. Like this, Spaceys just don't have a matchup that bad. They may not have a matchup like a remotely relevant matchup quite as good as like Peach Icy's or Peach Pikachu, which I guess you would call that relevant. But yeah, actually, I mean, Spaceys do fine against Pikachu, I think.
Yeah,
but,
no, it's definitely good, but it's not like.
It's not free.
Yeah, you can look at Pikachu and be like, yeah, okay, Pikachu's got some stuff.
Yeah.
But like Pikachu Peach, what stuff
literally,
does Pikachu
you are,
have?
yeah. But just like not having to play a secondary to have a chance of beating Puff is just, it's great if you're a Spacey, because I don't know what Peach is supposed to do.
Is that still the consensus on Peach Puff? I remember talking to Ferocitii years ago, and I'm like, I think Peach could bring it around. And then you know, I think in the last like 2 or 3 years, you hear more stories of like Peach doing it versus Puff, and it's like, I don't know, maybe they're like, oh, maybe this matchup isn't as one.
I don't know. I mean, I've heard people talk. I mean, you know, Laud has had such success in the matchup, and I personally, I just think that that's Laud being Laud. Like, Laud is so insanely patient and very, very, very good that I just think he does quite a bit better than most Peaches versus Puff. Combined with the fact that most Puffs don't really practice the Peach matchup that much because they don't need to. I think if Puffs...
that is also crazy to think about that.
It is wild.
Yeah.
But I think if Puffs really sat down and, like, if there was enough of a problem of, like, well, the Peaches are starting to fight back pretty hard, I think you would see relatively quickly Puffs would practice the matchup a little bit more, and you would see it is just an awful matchup when played right from the Puff side.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Oh, Gaio, give me some eyebrows. That was really bad.
It's so boring from both sides. Peach Ices. Yeah. I mean, I'm going to be real. Most floaty versus floaty matchups are very, very boring. Oh. And I guess Ices don't really function that much as a floaty, even though they are like floaty weight. But point still kind of stands. There's a lot of like floaty matchups versus non-fast fallers are quite boring. You could definitely have a functional surviving game of all fast fallers. It would be, I do not think that it would have quite as much of a following if it was all floaties in Melee.
No,
then there's just nothing else. That would be kind of
And it is kind of a shame because, I mean, obviously it would still be interesting.
Yeah,
like,
but it would be just so much slower than people
want. That's just going to be missed there.
Yeah. But it makes you appreciate the people who are really, really good at the floaty versus floaty matchups. It's like how you watch, you know, Laud, and you're just like, how the heck does he do this? He shouldn't be able to do this. Yeah, I mean, it makes things interesting like that. I certainly would not. I don't want a world where it's all fast fallers. I more don't want a world where it's all
floaties.
All floaties, but I still don't want one that's just fast fallers.
I'm sure Belt would choose a world of just fast fallers.
Yeah, I would.
I feel like, is Dr. Mario fast faller?
No.
Yeah, he's not a floaty.
I think he's a midweight.
I forget that. Yeah, I forget that that's one of the options.
Marth's a midweight.
I mean, to be fair, Cheek's also a midweight, but like.
So somebody, last time we talked about this, somebody actually like DM'd me like there's like a matrix because there's two things that actually matter. There's like fall speed and also weight, and they both kind of factor into what we call floaties and stuff. So Sheik is super weird where her regular fall speed is relatively slow.
But her fast
fall speed is really fast, and then her weight is like in the middle. And it's like we just kind of call her a mid-weight, but it doesn't really capture, you know, everything that we're talking about.
Right.
Because the dichotomy is just not.
Choosing to fall fast.